You know that thing where you're trying to fall asleep and your brain decides tonight's the night to replay a conversation from 6 years ago? Word for word, with commentary. You didn't ask for it. You're not choosing it. It just plays. And somewhere around the 40th replay, you start wondering, is something wrong with me? No, something's working exactly the way it's built to work. And once you understand what that thing actually is, you stop fighting it and start using it instead. Here's the reframe. You think overthinking is a personality flaw. It's not. It's an unfinished task alarm that never learned when to shut off. Your brain treats unresolved problems like open browser tabs. It doesn't care if the problem is fixable tonight. It doesn't care that the person you're arguing with in your head isn't even in the room. All it knows is this thread has no ending, and things without endings get flagged as urgent. So it keeps pulling that tab back to the front of your screen, over and over, at 2 a.m., in the shower, mid-conversation with someone else entirely. Not because you're weak, because your brain's filing system doesn't have a folder for unresolved that isn't also labeled dangerous. There's a reason this happens to some people way more than others. Psychologists who study rumination found something interesting. The loop isn't triggered by how big the problem is. It's triggered by how incomplete it feels. Tiny unfinished things, a text you never got a clear reply to, a joke that landed wrong, a decision you made but never got confirmation was right. Those loop harder than actual disasters. Because disasters end. You know how they turned out. Incomplete things don't end. Your brain can't close the file, so it keeps reopening it, hoping this time it'll find the ending. That's why you can be totally fine about losing a job and completely wrecked about a friend who left you on red. The size of the event was never the problem. The lack of a full stop was. So here's what actually works. Not stop thinking about it. That's like telling a smoke alarm to stop beeping while the smoke's still there. You have to give the thread an ending, even a fake one. Write the unfinished conversation down to its actual conclusion, even if it never happens in real life. Say the sentence you never got to say, out loud, to no one. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real resolution and a resolution it wrote itself. It just needs the file marked closed. Second, give yourself an actual cutoff time to think about it. Not stop thinking forever. 10 minutes, on purpose, fully into it, and then done. Sounds backwards, but a loop that's allowed to run on a schedule stops needing to run at random. And third, move your body the second the loop starts. Rumination lives in stillness. The second you're walking, the brain has to split its attention, and the loop loses its grip. You're not broken for overthinking. You're running a system that's trying to protect you from unfinished business. It just never learned the difference between a real threat and a text that took too long to reply. Close that file yourself before your brain decides to keep it open forever. If this made something click, you know what to do. Subscribe, we're just getting started.